Brenda Gilchrist has always had an interest in psychology and helping people. The best outlet for this goal, she found, was to start her own business and continuously take risks. The beginnings of a well-established human resources career began in earnest in the healthcare industry. After growing up in Fresno, she moved to Sacramento to attend the California State University. Initially, she hoped to land a job as a counselor in healthcare, but after a brief stint in a hospital psychiatric program in the state capital, she found the work too taxing and too emotionally overwhelming. She was still intrigued by the humanistic side of life, but changed her undergraduate focus to involve business and people. She would apply also that interest to another lifelong ambition, becoming a successful entrepreneur. These days, she's still attempting to provide insight on the human side of business as the principal and founder of the HR Matrix, a human resources outsourcing company she started in 2006 when she merged a firm she had started in 2002 in Sacramento with partner Gary Hochman. Ms. Gilchrist also recently signed on to teach in SSU's business school as an adjunct professor, where she hopes to inspire a younger generation of entrepreneurs in the North Bay.
Early in my career, I was exposed to some of the toughest employment cases that eventually one of them ended up in the Supreme Court. And it's still to this day, attorneys refer to it as case law. So I think having been through some tough experiences made me better prepared to help organizations now. And also having the ability to present in front of our board of directors early in my career and being part of board committees. It was extremely challenging, but it was helpful in my career. I felt that I could present in front of any type of group after being put through the ringer a few times by the board. You're your own best advocate. Along the way, I had many mentors that I tried to emulate and some that I learned what not to do from. And if I met someone that I felt would be helpful for my career goals, I tried to work with them at some level, either on a project or just to do an informational interview with them. So early in my career, I had a few CEOs that really challenged my thinking. They gave me a lot of coaching along the way, and I felt that it better prepared me for my future positions. I think first and foremost is don't be afraid to ask for advice and help. I always was amazed at how helpful people were when I would just ask for help. I'd say, this is what I want to do in my career. Is there any advice or help that you could provide to me? People were more than willing to provide reading material, invite me to special events, to send me to special training events on their dime. And I think some of those people still, to this day, are part of my professional network, and they've become friends and lifelong colleagues. So I think don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. I think it's important to have a good balance. Early in my career, I worked hard, but I lacked balance. I later realized it was important to be passionate about career, but also it's important to have passion outside of your work. Early in my career, I read a book that was important to me and I still believe in. It was titled Do What You Love and the Money Will Follow. And I think that if you do what you love, either the money will follow, or maybe you're not going to be rich, but you might be having fun and enjoying what you're doing. So I think it's important that you do the right thing and that you apply good principles and values to your work. So having strong work ethic and looking at the business as a whole versus what your own individual interests are, but looking at how you can fit into the organization, but applying real good principles and values to the way you work.